You've tuned into She's Such a Lady.
She's such a lady.
She's such a lady.
Hi everyone, thank you for checking into us at She's Such a Lady.
Such a lady.
She's such a lady. You have your host,
Aljabar.
and Free Lou. And we're so excited to have you guys tune in to us again today. We're excited to be with you guys. How was your week going? What did you do?
Well, my week was great. We went to a festival recently, and it was really nice. Loved it. Totally loved it. I saw some artists that I didn't really know their names. I just knew the face, so now we can add the name to the face.
So what kind of festival did you go to?
We went to this African concert, and all the famous African artists came in and performed. It was like a party just at this concert because you were dancing. It was really nice.
Definitely. We had a great time at One Africa. We saw so many amazing artists. I know that I'm going to start downloading a lot of the South African rap because I really enjoyed their music. We saw Cranium.
Yes,
Wizkid was
Cranium.
great.
I loved Wizkid. I didn't mean to cut you off. I loved Wizkid, and I loved Cranium, and I loved Wanina. Oh Lord, forgive me. I don't remember her name.
But we had a great time. Music was always good. Everyone was really lively.
We had great seats.
Definitely.
This is due to her. My best friend got us perfect seats, like the best seats ever.
Yeah, we got really good seats. We had a great view of everyone. We were in the first row,
Right behind the VIP.
So we had a great scene of what everyone was doing. Even the sweat coming down their faces. So shout out to everyone who puts in the great production at One Africa Festival. We really enjoyed it, which takes us into our weekly shout out.
So this weekly shout out is coming in from Buka, a Nigerian restaurant. It is at 946. Let me just make sure I get it right. 946 Fulton Street in Brooklyn, New York. Make sure you check it out. The food is great. The service is great. The music is awesome. And sometimes when you're there, you get the nice African artists that we saw at One Africa. They come in there as well, so you can get to meet them while you're there because they go there very frequently.
Yeah, it's always a possibility that you'll see some artists there. And even if you don't, the food is really good. My suggestions when you go is Dun Dun. It's really good. It's like this yam with this really good palm oil and sauce. And another good thing is igusi.
And suya. I think suya is my favorite.
Suya is basically a powder of some nice, beautiful tasting Nigerian spices. It has like a chili sauce and you taste ginger in it, and it's on top of lamb. So if you are an omnivore like myself and you like some meat in your life, then hey, please get that. Pause on meat.
I think that's what I hear the men say when they say meat. They always want to say pause. I don't know what that means though.
Okay, well, I'm talking about just the food portion of it. But it's really good. If you want a nice drink, Go Slow is really amazing. It's the guava juice mixed with the rum, or get the cane rum.
And those are the drinks that I drink. I don't know the name of, and she orders them, and they are creepers. So it tastes like juice, but 10 minutes, 30 minutes later, you're like, whoa. But they're really, really good. So if you're going to drive, just be mindful of that one. It's going to creep up on you. And we also have our product of the week coming in from Milani. Prime Shield Mattifying Pore Minimizing Oil-Free Primer.
Yeah, it's a really good primer that we usually put on prior to our makeup. I know for me, I got to get rid of these sleepy eyes, so I love to use a primer for that. It has a really natural feel.
It's like a silicone base.
Definitely. So what you can definitely do if you're interested is make sure you check out our IG at she's.such.a-lady. She's.such.a.lady
on Instagram.
Yes. It's such a long tongue twister. We're still getting in the habit of getting used to it, but you guys know what that's like, so don't judge us. Okay?
So there'll be a video up there of us using the product. We'll even have a zoom in on the product so you can match it when you're trying to buy it, so you can see exactly what it looks like.
Definitely. We have a little on just with a tiny bit of
Just
makeup.
put a drip,
Yeah.
a tip on your face, and put it in what they call like those T-zone areas, or those like dot, and rub it in, and you'll be good to go. Because we wore it at the festival, and we were sweating, and the sweat didn't mess up our makeup.
No,
we weren't
it didn't.
oily. I didn't feel like a grease ball at the end of the day. And mind you, we were really dancing and having a blast. So
Yeah.
it's really good.
It's really just feels natural. If you want to go for a natural more look, like for us, we wear very minimal makeup, just like we were saying, just something just to cover a couple of spots and keep that natural face, then this is a primer for you.
And it's not really that expensive. I think it's about, you can get it anywhere for about $8 to $12. I think I ordered it on Amazon at $12.39, or it could have been $8. I know it's a $4 difference, but I just can't remember which one. It's not more than $12 though.
So it's really affordable. So that brings us into our topic for today. Do you want to tell them what it is?
Our topic is the Ratch in me, because I know it exists in me. I don't know about you, but it exists in me. And I might just step off 1 second or ask someone to get my little thing I wanted to wear, because this is my comfy zone. My friend is gonna get it. It's in my bag. It's my cute little thing. It's gold, and it looks like a head cap.
But we all have a little ratchet inside of us. So the fun thing is that it just took us to a different level where we say, hey, we do all these things, but what really is ratchet? Like, what does that mean? What happens with it? So I went on urbandictionary.com to keep looking up this definition to see what it is that I'm calling myself and labeling some of the things that I do and what happens.
Did you get your scarf
So
ready?
according to Urban Dictionary, ratchet is basically an uncouth woman, a person with low moral character, and an uneducated person. They're saying ratchet's also someone with a ghetto or trailer park mentality, someone who's ignorant, loud, and a boisterous person. A person, place, or a thing to be in a poor shape, a bad taste, or not to be trusted. So from that definition of ratchet, it made us go in a little deeper to figure out what that term meant, and then it also brought us to another term, ghetto. What do you have for ghetto?
Okay, so for ghetto, we have ghetto is a derogatory term, used towards individuals who lack the standards of manners and ethics. Ghetto is not black or being black. Ghetto is how an individual looks at the world and acts according to this ghetto belief. Ghetto is how one presents themselves and how they dress, act, and speak that acquires itself from the poor conditioning of a ghetto upbringing. So, that's the definition of ghetto. When I read this, I don't think it describes me, but I have it in me. You know, I got this thing on my head. I have some people who hate it. Like, I would go outside in my yard and go to the car outside, and sometimes people are like, could you stop doing that? And I'm like, why? They're like, because it's ghetto. But I love my little bonnet, and it's comfortable.
So then, is it wearing a bonnet, is that really ghetto? I mean, I think for a lot of us colored girls, because with our hair texture, it's just naturally drier, and we want to make sure we keep in that moisture.
All the time.
Is it really ratchet to wear a bonnet and go outside in your yard?
No, probably not, but I shouldn't probably go to Walmart or the grocery store with it. But I do get in the car with it occasionally, and I mean to take it off when I come out. And sometimes I forget, and I'm in the store like, oh snap, oops, I'm sorry, let me put it away.
But we all just wear the bonnet, and we all do it. I wear my bonnet sometimes. If I don't have my bonnet, I'm really huge on the head cloth, which is that long cloth
Do you have your
material
head cloth?
that, yeah, I'll bring it out, where I just wrap my hair in it, especially since I'm doing the braids. So I need to lock this moisture in, because if not, it's going to look dry, and it's not going to look
And
as
I got
good.
this short hair, you know, like, I had to make sure I could keep in the grease, because I don't have much to lock it in. So I had to make sure the little hair I got, it could stay on it, so I could get these waves. Look, they spinning. They spinning his water.
See, look, I wish I had all that, but I don't.
It's a hurricane. Oh no, it's a tsunami.
Tsunami in her head. That's definitely what it's supposed to do. So I don't see anything wrong with wearing the bonnet.
I'm gonna put my little comfy back on. All right now.
All right, so you got the bonnet on?
I do. It's my comfy. Now I'm so comfortable. Now y'all getting too close to me.
Wow.
This is my comfy.
When you are putting on that head cloth, if you're like me and you haven't untied it in months and even wash it, you'll make sure that you still have that knot there. So it should
keeps
always
it in place
be,
for you.
It should always be in that square mode. And then you have your little triangle like this, right?
Triangle's key. Look at me snapping.
Flip it around.
Like I'm at work.
Put it on your head.
There you go.
Okay? Make sure it doesn't cover your eyes. And if you did your brows like me, and you're learning how to do it, be careful because it will wipe
I'm
off.
going to just pull it up a little for you. All right. You don't want to mess up those brows we just talked about.
Definitely.
All right. There you go, boo.
Because sometimes, like the Ratch and me this morning, you have the eyebrow pencil and then you realize, like, dang, I forgot to get a sharpener. Or, man, I've had this eyebrow pencil for about 4 weeks.
And I've never sharpened it.
I never thought I had to refill it. So you have to make sure you're very careful once you're tying that head cloth on. And look at me, I could go to bed right now.
All right, so let me give you a little secret. If you don't have your eyebrow pencil and you don't have the sharpener, you know the thing that you might use to color in your hair, like, again, my little short hair, I try to change it up sometimes. So I have a little color filler that I will put on my head to color in the sides. Told you my secret. Just act like you don't know. If you see me in the street, just act like you don't remember that. So I'll take it and I'll put it on my eyelashes, my eyebrows, right? And then I have it, and it's like waterproof, so if I sweat, it doesn't move. So that's what I got on now.
One time I tried Crayola.
No,
I tried a brown and black Crayola, but you know what? It really does not color in on skin. But if you melt it just a little, put a little heat, and when you get by that stove and you put that Crayola on your eyebrows, it may get burned a little.
Don't do that.
But you will have some
She's
eyebrows.
crazy.
But just be careful because I have eyebrow alopecia and you do not want to get eyebrow alopecia. So don't color in too heavy. Make sure the crayon is not burnt if you put that little tip on the stove color in those eyebrows.
So just don't do it.
Because underneath here, oof.
No, just don't do it. Just not, let's not do that. Just get the coloring for the hair. It makes your hair change colors. It will also do your brow wonders because I struggle with my eyebrows too.
Okay.
I tried to do my eyebrows myself and I accidentally cut a piece off. So I gotta fill it in with the pencil. Anywho, yep. So my ratchet me continuing. Oh, I go to work and oh man, y'all gonna laugh at me. I'll get dressed in the morning and I'll put it on and I see the little.
You put what on though?
My stockings. I'll put my stockings on and I'll see that little line creeping up and I'm like, oh well, I'm putting it on today. These stockings were great when I took it out the drawer to me. So I get to work.
Hold on, so let me recap. So you put on your stockings in the morning when you get into work. And then you notice that as you're putting it on, your run is having a marathon up your leg and you continue to go to work.
It's running race.
Is it a run or is it like that little hole that gets bigger when it goes up?
Depends on which day it happens because like most of the time it's the little marathon run when everybody coming out the race and they go.
But is it that 5-mile marathon run you got going on there? Or is it like that little tiny one where it's 2? Or is it going from the toe all the way up?
No, it will go from it will go from to the toe sometimes, and it will stop at the ankle.
Did you see the hesitation? She's like, wait, hold on, let me think. Wait, it's gonna go from the no. It sounds like it start all the way from the toe up to the hip, girl.
No, all right, fine. It's from the toe to the hip. The race is running. It's running. By the time I get to work, they finish the race. But I'm gonna act like I didn't know it was there, and I'm gonna go on about my day with my cute dress and keep it moving. And then somebody's gonna say, oh man, your stockings, it ran. I'm like, oh, where? And I'm gonna look down, oh man, oh, I'm so upset.
Do you at least put like clear nail polish over it, or you just say, man, forget it, I'm out the house?
You know what? It is? I realized the stockings don't make me, I make the stockings. So depending on how I feel. If I want to put the clear, you see, I can only put the clear nail polish there if the race is not almost finished. Because if the race is practically done, the nail polish, they might as well finish the race. So,
okay, guys.
I'll go.
So you heard Al-Jabbar. If your stockings is running that 5-20-mile run, as long as it's not hitting that finish goal, what's that, by the little Spanx looking part? By
You can
where
put
it
some
turns
nail
into
polish.
shorts?
Yeah.
Put that nail polish on.
Because it'll stop it. Like if you get halfway through the race, you could put the halfway through the race, you put the clear nail polish right there. The race is finished here, so you know you still got some time left. Now, by the end of the day, the race might be finished, but you got through the day, and that's all that matters. The next thing we might think about,
now this is me,
the Ratch in us, and it's okay because you're still professional, and still lovely, is what?
Ladies, I know I'm not the only one, but I'm not a big fan of tips, although I love them. I admire them so much. But when I take them off, it like really eats down and thins down my nails to the point where if I touch it like this sometimes, I can feel that flesh. But if you're like me and you like tips and you want to get it done, you want to make sure you're looking cute, you make sure that you go out, you get the best looking things. I'm more of a round girl. What kind of tips do you like if you get them?
Square. She always laughs at me and my square nails, but I like to grow my own nails out, and then when they get long, I'll put some shape in it. But I just cut it down again because it got too long. So I'm back to box, and she hates it.
I like the rounds. I'm gonna try coffin. Anywho, that's not the point. So you're like me, you're a beginner at the nails. And then you notice 2 weeks have passed by and you kind of touch the nail and it's bending by the cuticle part
Lifting
of
up
it.
that
It's
little
lifting
space.
up, but you think you're all good until you put your hand down and then 1 or 2 of those nails fall off.
And you're like, I'm taking it off.
Man, you've got like 8 nails, and if you're a teacher like us, you know that you are always in front of an audience.
So you don't want to look like that.
Definitely, because it's the worst kind of audience.
So
because
what we
kids are honest. They will look at you and say,
What happened to your hand?
Miss Free Lou, your nails are not done, or Miss Free Lou, what
You're
happened?
missing a nail.
Yeah, these little kids shout you out. So what I like to do is I like to go in my office. Don't tell this to anybody. I love to go in my office at work, get out my Metro card because I'm a New York City girl, and pop them nails off one
Swivel
by
it
one.
right underneath. Even if you're natural, like me with acrylic on top, get that, just scribble it out and it'll come off easily and you won't break a nail if you do it right.
I feel like it's easier sometimes if you go right in the corner of that nail bed and you just jab that Metro card in and just like pop it off. But what you have to do though, please make sure when you're taking off those nails at work, you're actually collecting them.
You don't want no one to find it and say, whose nail is this?
Yes, because the kids in your class will do it and you don't want to be by your boss and your boss is like, hey, hold up. What's these nails on the floor?
And you're going to be like, I don't know how it got there. And then you kick it over with your foot and you're like, darn it, I forgot to get that one.
Definitely. And make sure you take off both hands. Don't
Not
be
just
like
one.
me.
Make sure you have enough time in your free period.
That's right. Take off all 10 of those nails. Both hands. Don't do one like me. I try to, if I can, start with the right hand because that's my strong hand. But those are just some of the fun and crazy ratchet things that we do. Does that really make us bad people?
No, because we're still fine, still beautiful. And we get through our day and we're very professional. We have good lives. So a little ghetto ratch is not so bad after all.
It's not, and we know you guys do it out there too. So if you feel like you've done anything that we have missed out on because that was just a couple for us, let us know. What's the ratch in you? What do you do? How do you take off those nails? What do you do when that closure is going all the way back? Do you take a little pencil like me and try to color it in and give yourself some new baby hairs?
Yes.
Or do you take off the weave? I don't know. We're still learning.
Let us know. Email us. She's such a lady 18@gmail.com. And Instagram, she's.such.a lady on Instagram. Wait, and we have a weekly quote for you. The weekly quote is, creativity is intelligence having fun. And that's from Albert Einstein. And that's what we want to be, creative. So when you think about the ratch in you and the ghetto, you're just being creative.
Exactly.
And it's nothing wrong with that.
be as creative and as free as you want to be, and don't worry about what people are saying about you. Make sure that you're feeling good about yourself, you're respecting yourself, your family, and everyone around you. And if that is the case and it's ratchet, then girl,
let it be creative.
Be ratchet.
Thank you. See you
so
guys
much
next
for
week.
tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
Bonnet.